Hello everybody, just again like Echo. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like, subscribe, and comment for more Destiny videos. We will begin. 1, 2, 3. What's going on, by Destiny Gamer Gecko, and today we're going to be talking about a special hive statue I found during the Richicide mission. Now, this has been discussed by many Destiny fans on who this could be, and in a minute you're gonna see what I'm talking about. So if keep watching, and if you see me you see my ghost is like looking at the statue, and you scan it, you'll find out it is a hive god named Nokris, which has no files on it, which is kind of strange considering that the hive worship God. So how does this god doesn't have a file on him? Well, here's my ideas for him. Maybe he's a brother to Oryx, or something even maybe greater to Oryx. Or he's the son of Oryx, kind of like Crota. Anyway, either way, I think he's related to Oryx, because we did kill Oryx's 2 daughters. We killed Crota, so I wanted to be one last hive god to fight. And I do believe he will be the main antagonist of either the Fall DLC or the Destiny 2 launch next year. Either way, I do believe we will be facing Nokris in an epic battle for the solar system, and here's my reason why. In the Blighted Chalice strike, aka the strike where you fight Malak, isn't it suspicious that a taken war beast, aka Malak, just ran away from Oryx before he got destroyed? The reason why I say that is because I bumped my mouth, okay? The reason I say that is because essentially, when you're taken, you have no free will. You listen to Oryx. Even when Oryx took himself, he is still your god, your leader. And it would make sense if he somehow was in the battle, but he wasn't. Eris Mon, aka the creepiest bitch I've ever seen, said that he went into the Shrine of Oryx during the battle. And that's suspicious, don't you think? Why would something that's supposed to listen to its creator just leave him? Unless, wait, plot twist, Nokris somehow took control of Malak and made him go into the shrine to gather power. Because maybe Nokris is planning on using the taken power left over from Oryx's awakening so he can destroy us or take over the hive hierarchy. Now, like I said, this is just a theory, guys, so before you start saying, oh my god, have you ran the Gomorrah cards? One, the Gomorrah cards have nothing on Nokris. Is it Nokris or Nokris? Either way. And yes, I did read the Malak Gomorrah card, where it talks about he was a devoted follower of a Savathun, and when he was sent by Savathun to spy on Oryx's army, he tithed to himself instead of Oryx, because, well, he was just selfish. So Oryx took him, renamed him to Malak, aka My Poison, and made him basically a fearless hive. But if this taken does surely have free will, maybe Malak was promised by Nokris greater rewards. Because essentially, Oryx used Malak as a basically a mock. He was mocking Savathun. And it wouldn't surprise me if Nokris somehow persuaded taken Malak to betray his creator, because Malak is selfish. He did tithe to himself, and according to sword logic of the Destiny Hive universe, if you are a hive, you must tithe to someone greater than you. A thrall must tithe to an acolyte. An acolyte must tithe to a knight, and a knight must tithe to a wizard. I don't know about ogres. I don't think ogres count. Ogres are just war beasts. But a wizard necessarily tithes to ascendants. And I don't think it's kind of suspicious that Oryx didn't really mention Malak if he wasn't there. Like, what happens if... Because Malak was in the dungeons of the Dreadnought. The area where you fought him in the Pretender of the Throne mission, that was the prisons, and that makes me kind of suspicious. Why would a Taken be in a prison for hives that betray Oryx or do not tithe? And that makes me think, what happens if he was tithing to Nokris? But he knew he was, and he was trying to gain power from Nokris so he could overrule the king and take the place as the Taken King? Or he didn't know and he was accidentally giving tithing to Nokris because fucking hive need to, like, put signs up because I can't read Ancient Druid Alien. Anyway, so I do believe we will be facing Nokris, and maybe we will find out why he would take control of Malak and why Malak was his puppet. Like I said, it's a theory, guys, so don't try to doubt me. I do understand there are some flaws in my theory, but that is a theory. Every theory has a flaw. Now, about Savathun. Does Savathun know about this Nokris? Maybe not. Maybe even only Oryx knows, because, you know, Crota got kicked out of the Dreadnought. Because he opened a portal to the Fexed realm, which the Fex are, not very nice to visitors, let me say that for sure. So, yeah. So I do believe maybe when Crota left, a hive tried to take his place, and he got, because if Nokris was banished or something, that makes it kind of suspicious. Maybe he manipulated the hive. Maybe he had, like, his daughter or like a wizard seduce Alakul and make him try to take the throne, and that's why Alakul is in jail. Maybe Nokris is like this manipulative hive creature that instead of just directly attacking his enemies, he hides and manipulates everything. And when the Guardian comes around, maybe that was his idea, was maybe if the Guardians kill Oryx, he can make Malak take the place of the Taken King. And if Malak takes the place of the Taken King and still tithes to Nokris, that would make Nokris the full ruler, no matter if he had the Taken ability or not. Because it doesn't matter if you have the Taken ability, it just matters if you have control over blights. And that's why I think Nokris is. Maybe he has, like, maybe unlike Oryx, he actually learned how to summon blights to control the Taken. Maybe instead of his worm being another worm with the rune of taking, maybe he learnt it and made his own version of it, which lets him change wills to whatever. Because the sword you use in the game, which, okay, the sword I'm using right now to kill Oryx, is essentially a sword that is commented by Savathun, saying, basically telling Oryx that thank you for failing, you've done the best thing ever, everyone hates you. But what happens if Nokris used that sword? I know that's weird, but what happens if Nokris made the Taken sword and somehow secretly gave it to Ferrix? Because obviously it is a tempting blade. Now, who would do this? What kind of hive are we talking about? Like a thrall, a wizard? I think we're gonna have a unique hive like Oryx. Oryx is a moth. I read the Game Informer. His design was based on a moth. I didn't get it. I knew they were insect-likes, but why was he based on a moth? But that got me thinking. I looked at knights. Knights represent beedos. Beedos are hardworking and are stronger than most bugs. So obviously that makes you kind of think maybe he's gonna be based on like a fly. I do believe. Okay, so thralls represent cockroaches and other scavengers of insects. Acolytes represent maybe I don't know, like I think they represent like flies kind of, because of the ropes they kind of wear. Reminds me of like a fly. Knights definitely beetles. The helmet design is way too weird to not be a beetle. Wizards kind of represent what are they called? I think wizards represent kind of like firebugs. Is that what they're called? Torchbugs. And I don't know about I think the ogres are just monstrosities that we should not talk about, because ogres are almost freaking disgusting. I kind of want to throw up every time I look at an ogre. So obviously an ogre might not have its design. But what happens if Nokris is like an arachnid, like he's a spider, you know, like he has more than 4 legs. Like maybe like he'll be like a spider one, kind of like a minotaur but with like spider legs instead. And instead of like doing everything like a normal hive, maybe he uses like magic to like give himself power. And I wanted to basically be like, Eris finds out about this before anyone and tries to prepare for it. Like maybe instead of just like plain fighting him, we have to find a way to actually banish him, because like maybe a plot twist, every time you kill him, his soul goes into a random taken, and that taken, when it reaches maturity and starts to shed its blight skin, instead of it being reformed, it will reform into Nokris, and Nokris will just be like, oh look, I got my body back, and he'll restart the whole army again. Like I said, guys, this is a theory, not an actual thing. But I do hope, like, he's, like, if not, like, the December update, or whatever it's called, definitely for, like, a, well, what you call it, maybe for, like, a, Destiny 2, he will be, like, the antagonist, and he'll be in charge of the hive. And maybe Destiny 2 will be kind of like the effect situation where you just end the hive there now. And so, like, I do hope when you do fight him, like, you have to use, like, a Vex Gate artifact that, like, banish him between time, so he can't resurrect himself and we begin his reign of terror. Because obviously, if he does that, he will probably be more mad than ever. So, yeah, and I gonna sound fucked up. I kind of want like Eris to like sacrifice herself to make like something to banish him. And like when he's banished, like it does a little and like it ends. Cause obviously, they are gonna add Nokris. I do believe they will at one point. Will add him. A lot of people are speculating the fall DLC will be Cabal, and I do understand the Cabal did contact their Emperor, which is probably going to be based on Julius Caesar, or Caesar, whatever it was, because they are based on the Roman Legion? Yeah, Roman Legion. But I do, because a lot of people don't like the Hive because they keep using them for DLCs. But I would love to see one more Hive DLC with Nokris being this main antagonist that wants to destroy everything. So please, guys, comment your idea in the comments, and like, comment, subscribe for more videos. I'm just in the Gamer Gecko. And I'll hiss you later. Goodbye.